we are going to work on worksheet 8D, number 2. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to draw your PI chart, and you're going to go ahead and put your X and you're going to put your Y. And we are going to be doing a dilation, and the value for K that we're going to be using for the dilation is going to be 2. That means that 2 is the scale factor. And scale factor means that we are going to use multiplication for our math operation. So let's get started. If we're going to do a scale factor of 2, we're going to multiply the x by 2 and we're going to multiply the y by 2. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go get our x's. So -2 is our x, 1 is our x, 0 is our x, and -1 is our x. Now we're going to go ahead and multiply by 2. So times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So -2 times 2 is -4. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times 2 is 0. And -1 times 2 is -2. Now we're going to go and we're going to find our y's. So 1 is a y, and 1 is a y, and -1 is a y, and -1 is a y. And now we're going to multiply the y's by 2. So times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And now we're going to multiply 1 times 2, which is 2, and 1 times 2, which is 2, and -1 times 2, which is -2, and -1 times 2, which is -2. Now, over here in our chat box, the very first question that I'd like you to add into the chat is, which transformation is the hardest for you to do? Which transformation is the hardest for you to do? Is it a slide? Is it a reflection? Is it a rotation? Or is it a dilation? And now, right now, we're about halfway through our dilation of how to dilate or enlarge or to shrink a different figure. All right, so you're going to go ahead and add in which one is the hardest for you. Okay, and then you're going to put into the chat as soon as you have your pie chart and your graph done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and work on that graph. So for our dilation, we're going to go ahead and graph -4, 2. That's going to be my R prime. 2, 2. That's going to be my A prime. 0, -2 is going to be my I prime. And -2, -2 is going to be my N prime. Now, you're going to notice that these two figures are the same shape, but they're definitely not the same size. So they're not congruent They're similar. Same shape, different size. Now, sometimes your dilation is going to go around your original figure like this. Sometimes it's going to be over to the side. So you can have either one of those. All right. So now let's go ahead and go on to the word problems on your worksheet. We're going to do number 7. So number 7, on the blueprints, Mr. Wong's house, his great room measures 4.5 inches by 5 inches. The actual great room measures 18 feet by 20 feet. What is the scale factor of the dilation? So notice that I went ahead and wrote down the blueprint size, 4.5 inches, and it's by 5 inches. So remember, we're talking about a room, so it's probably going to be a rectangle, and it's going to be 4.5 by 5. Now, the actual size is 18 feet by 20 feet. Because the two measurements of feet do not match the two measurements of inches up here, we need to change everything to inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 18 times 12, because there's 12 inches in 1 foot. And we're going to do 20 times 12. Now, when we do that, we get 216 and we get 240. Now we're ready to figure out the ordered pairs we're going to use to solve to find our scale factor. Remember, K is just the scale factor. It's the number that we're going to multiply the first ordered pair by in order to get the second ordered pair. So the first ordered pair is going to be pretty easy. This one's going to be 4.5 and this one's going to be 5. Now the second one is going to be 216 because again we multiplied by 12 to make it inches and then 240 to make it inches. Now we're going to go ahead and multiply. 4.5 times our scale factor is going to give us our new ordered pair. So 4.5K is equal to 216. Divide by 4.5, divide by 4.5, K is equal to 48. Now I'm going to take the second one. So the second one that I'm going to use is going to be the Y. So I'm going to do 5 times K should give me 240. 5K is equal to 240. Divide by 5, divide by 5, K is equal to 48. And both of the scale factors should be the same. And now you know how to do dilations.